Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to all the beautiful people in the world, to all the people out there in YouTube land. I hope you had a beautiful morning getting up. If you're not up yet, oh well. But today is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, today is March 11th. Beautiful out. Yesterday, I think it hit 60 something or 70. You know, if you wake up and you look outside and you see the sun and you're not in a good mood, I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to tell you. I can't make you be happy. But what I'd like to talk about today was, I was going to do a whole nother show about Bike Week. I'll do that again. No, I'm not covering the so-called alleged fight that went down. I don't. That's not my forte to do that. Especially when there's open investigation on people are doing these things about a fight over there that they don't know what happened for real. They got some videos, whatever they're doing. But we're not talking about that. I want to talk about, man, the bikes, the trikes. But today, man, as a youth coach, I got to say, very disappointed. Very disappointed to watch this go on, to let it see it. Well, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, so let me play this real quick so you can see that it's crazy, man. Really, let's check this video out.
Here to break it down, a little bit of context here. So this is how this thing really starts. A traditional foul call, and a Uniontown player in the burgundy jerseys off the screen goes in.
Now, when a ref makes a call like that, and you see them kids getting mad, the first thing you should do in a game is number one, you should have a meeting with the coach before you have the game and let them know, look, we're not going to put up with this, man. Like, it's up to you to get this stuff right. Now, the parents in the stands, it's a whole different thing. I think if you fight at a game and you throw hands and get physical, you should be banned from youth sports forever. My take. That's what I feel.
Dunks the ball after a foul has been issued. So referee gives him a tech, starts going at it with a fan or a parent. That's never good. But the young man fouls out. While the foul shots are being taken before the technical fouls, there's some activity going on behind the.
Now watch this. Now they say this when before it hit the foul line. Now watch the stands. Just pay attention.
The Medville bench, a fan getting into it. It looks to be cooler heads prevailing. Okay, administrative coaches getting into it. Uniontown players going back to their bench. But I circle this Uniontown parent that comes down the aisle, walks over behind the Medville bench, and just starts throwing haymakers. And this is where the trouble ensues.
Right as this starts, there's a cop right here. These people have no regard, man. I don't care if you're white, black, green, or orange. You show this aggression, you show this in a game, you should definitely be gone. And this is Pennsylvania, man. Like, this is why our kids act the way they do.
Butt crack showing. We got police radioing in for help. Players start chasing down fans. This is Uniontown player again in the burgundy here, chasing down a fan or a student, knocking him to the ground. Medville in the white, and Medville up with about 3 to go, 63-55 in this playoff game, according to reports out of Pennsylvania. No winner has been decided. Frankly, what makes this more dramatic is the 2 arrests quickly made as things settle down. One man to the right of the gym gets put up against.
So they had to lock a black guy and a white guy up to make it look like it wasn't biased or racial. I get it, but to be honest, all them other people, all those people engaged in this should be gone. They should never be able to get into sports events again.
Against the wall. And the other gentleman is who we pointed out earlier in the video, drama in Pennsylvania. Bedlam in Pennsylvania high school.
Now, all I'm saying is this. That's my gay man throwing a rock. Hey, did you see that fight, man? That's ridiculous. I don't understand, man. I really don't. I think it's crazy that they do this, man, at a kid's game. I mean, what I gotta say is, if you're into youth sports, you're a coach, or you're visiting a game, yeah, I believe that it's different for you. I believe you have to act right, man. You should be able to restrain yourself, man. It's not like, obviously the dude ran over there to hit the guy, but when you look at it, you say to yourself, man, what makes people react this way? How could a high school basketball game be so serious? Well, again, like I said, man, I've been saying this since I've been on YouTube. These kids act the way they do because they're watching the parents act like this. When you watch parents act like idiots, man, and don't control themselves. It's almost like the parents are living through the kids. Like it's bad enough that you get a kid who's pretty good in sports and the parents always pushing him harder and really giving him a hard time and living through him. But then it's like, what? Because you're aggravated because you weren't really sportsmanlike that now you go to a game and you can't handle it? I don't understand, man. I think it's ridiculous and people should be outraged, man. You really should, you know? I mean, I don't get it. I really don't, man. And I think that people really need to be held accountable for this. So we'll find out what's going to happen. But you know, on another note, man, I got to be thankful and I got to be blessed. And I hope you guys understand that my channel right now is at 2.9596, almost at 3 grand. I need 40 more. All I want to say is thank you, man, to people because it means a lot to me. You guys having my back and helping me get to this point. People said I couldn't get to 2,000. People said whatever, and I don't take nothing for granted. And I understand that this could go away tomorrow, but the strides that we're making on this channel is because I believe that not only with consistency, I believe that people understand that when you act like an ass or an idiot and you're totally about chaos, man, people might like that for a hot minute, but over the time they get done with that. And to be honest, everybody who acts like that looks like an idiot. Because I don't know any tough guys on YouTube screaming, running their mouth. I just don't. I don't know, and I guess that went on too early. But I'm still rocking and rolling, brother. My channel's doing good, and I'm blessed. So we're still here, Aunt. The show must go on. We're here. That's all that matters, bro. Aunt, what time do you think you're coming around? I think my daughter gets done. I don't even know what time. Let me know. I'll call you after this. Man, it's nice out today. Let me show you something else, too. Why did that ever... Let me see. There we go. Let me see. There's another reason why you can look at this. I mean, how can you expect kids to act right when this is what they're dealing with? This is January 21st.
Police are investigating a fight at a Twin Cities high school.
Police say that several groups went at each other last night outside of Park Center High School in Brooklyn Park. No one was hurt, but it comes just 2 days after a Fridley basketball player was attacked and seriously hurt at a game at Cooper High School. John Lordson talked with Brooklyn Park Police about what happened last night.
It was, I think, a little bit chaotic, especially for folks that were present at the game.
Minutes after the Park Center Osseo boys basketball game ended Thursday night, groups of teenagers and young adults began fighting in the school parking lot.
This is not something that hasn't happened before. Let's just put it that way. But it's not the desired way we'd like to conclude those basketball games, of course.
Deputy Chief Elliot Faust says an officer used pepper spray to break up one of the fights, and a boy involved was briefly detained by police before being released to his parents. Along with Brooklyn Park Police, Maple Grove officers, and a Park Center school resource officer were also on scene.
And that's the 25th. So that's crazy, man. Oh.
Like a pro and streaming like a star was as simple as hitting.
Members of the Meadville community are
Here we
tonight
go.
speaking out following a fight at a basketball game Friday night at Meadville Area Senior High School.
Everyone we spoke to says the fight does not reflect what the community stands for. Brianna Malone joins us in the studio with more. Brianna. That's right, Sean and Jen. People that we spoke with today say the incident does not set a good example for the
and I just think that it's sad that Meadville made the news and that's what they made it for.
What kind of example are we setting for our students and our children if we're going to go out and start a big fight?
The chief of the Meadville police station says there are no charges yet as staff is reviewing video to determine who to charge. One local man feels that those involved should be held accountable, but he's not sure to what extent.
I wouldn't say charged, but I would say like held responsible for it. Like you really shouldn't be doing that in a public setting, no less, especially in a school setting.
According to a release from PIAA, the game was a double forfeit with both schools due to the blatant violations of PIAA's bylaws.
I felt bad for the principal, having to go through that, and the students. I don't know what caused the fight or why it happened, but yeah, it was a shame.
A statement from the school district reads in part, the Crawford Central School District is disappointed by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association's decision to disqualify the Meadville boys basketball team from the PIAA Interdistrict Basketball Tournament following the events. While we do not condone any
Hold on a second. You got to deal with people getting disqualified, especially the kids. Now, what do they have? What about the kids who didn't throw any blows? Now they have to suffer for some stupid parents. All these parents should be jammed up, man. If you want to start a fight at a kid's high school game, a youth center, whatever the hell it is, man, you should be held to a double standard. I mean, not a double standard, but you should be held higher, man, to a higher standard as far as you should have to seriously be on your best behavior. And if you're not, there should be an example set, not just a slap on the wrist. What if somebody really got hurt there, man? I mean, we had an incident here years ago, a couple years ago in Sharon Hill, right not too far from here, where they had an incident where there was a shooting, man. And I don't know if they blame the cop or whatever, but I mean, at a high school football game. Like, we've really set the bar so low that these kids can get upset rather than deal with it, learn how to, to deal with life. You got to just act out. You see a parent just throwing blows over a game. I mean, that parent probably never did nothing in his life. He probably never played sports. He's probably mad, like I said, he's living through his son or his kid, and he wants to act like a weirdo. I don't understand. Chicky, what's up, my brother? How you doing? That's my dog. But anyway, man, look, the channel's growing. We're almost at 3,000 subs. Remember, last week I was at 2,300. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's part-time or whatever, but I don't have any plans on stopping. A lot of my shorts are getting traction and getting me some people, watching the channel. I've been going on other channels and shit. At the end of the day, is my morals have never, ever, ever came into question. I don't mess with rats. I would never put a rat up here just because I never did it. I don't care what you do. I'm not in the street no more, but integrity is everything, man. Respect is everything. I mean, all these guys go out, all these so-called YouTube, MobTube dudes, man, all they do is put this content up and they talk about the game and, oh, well, he ran it because of this. He did that because of that. Now, what do you think is going to happen to these parents when they get jammed up? You think they're not going to tell? Of course they will. Should they be held to a different standard? I don't know. If they're regular guys, I guess they can do what they want, but I'm talking about people who just betray that thing, man. That's just ridiculous, man. I never did. I never will. Chicky, bro. Sessa, those two guys that stood tall like me, Sessa, Chicky. To me, my manhood is maybe come into question when people talk crap. But as far as ever thinking of me with the telling or anything, and to be honest, it goes hand in hand with these kids, man. These kids will do what they see. You see parents acting like idiots, boom. You see a bunch of dudes hang. See, this is what the problem is with people like snitches and rats and troublemakers and all that, man. They only care about themselves. Just like this parent, he don't care about himself. He don't care about his son not playing another game. You say, oh, how can you compare a parent, a fight in the stands to, a snitch? I'm sure the first thing he said was, oh, I didn't throw. It was the other guy. But yet, you had to be the tough guy in the moment. And for all these guys on YouTube that talk a big game, man, like, I'm not impressed by none of it. Nobody else is. Do what you have to do. I'm going to do what I have to do. But if you're setting a bad example on YouTube and you have negative response, especially if there's people watching you to think, oh, yeah, he's a good guy, but he's acting like a pompous ass, man. You guys if you guys want to support that crap, that's on you. I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't care where they're at, where they're from, who they roll with. I'm trying to do positive stuff, man. The youth has to be saved. The way you save them is when you act right. You lead yourself with respect. You let them see that. Even if you gotta blow a hot whatever, man, you gotta let it go. I coached 23 years hardwire, and I'll tell you, man, I've been in some situations, man. I've had coaches run their mouth. I had one time a dude like 6'7". I told him, man, like we can talk after this game. There's no reason to do this here in front of the kids, but unfortunately, man, some people. I think it's a safety net when guys act like that and they do that because they know that you can only go so far with it. But if you're a person that cares about the future and you care about the youth and you're trying to make a difference in this thing called the world, or you just want to act like an idiot, that's on you. You're entitled to do what you want, but don't sit here and complain when your kid's getting bullied and that's all you've been doing is bullying people, man. That's something that I'm not into. I'm not never going to do. I want to bully the bullies, man. Yeah, but Chicky, it sucks because like I believe it's the Italian thing, bro. I think us Italians, I think it's a different mindset. We're raised different, man. A lot of us, like, it's beaten to your head respect, man. And my parents didn't, take anything else. And when I did mess up and make mistakes, man, believe me, I had to be accountable for everything, and they never let me get away with crap. And that's what we should do here, man. I'm not going to be on here long today, man. I wasn't going to come on. I was going to do the Daytona coverage, which I will. But then I started seeing every other YouTube clip is about a fight that went down between the Mongols and the Warlocks. Though I do know a lot of guys in the MC world, it's not my right to cover that. And if I did cover it, I wouldn't cover it like that. I look at it this way. Nobody knows went on. That's their business, man. If you're in the MC life and you putting post up about the fight and shooting, man, you're technically snitching. Because technically you're commenting on something that was over investigation, man. And you're supposed to be a 1%er, or you're supposed to be in the biker land. You're talking about stuff that you shouldn't be talking about, man. You know, that's why I like Mike Ball. I don't see him covering the news all crazy like that. Like he has a fine line in what he's doing. A lot of guys don't care, man. Guys put thumbnails up and they'll be like, "Oh, Mongols and Warlocks fight at Daytona. The 1%er life is over. These guys are domestic terrorists." You see shit like that, and then the guy will do a whole show and he'll be like, "Oh man, no, that's what the feds and the cops are saying." Well, you're drawing heat to that, so I didn't want to do that show today because I don't want to make it about that. Because the MC world, man, you know, you got a lot of guys, man, that's doing what they do, and you got a lot of guys like me, you're independent that do what we do. But if you've been around and you respect it, mind your business. Just like this shit with the kids, man. Like if you look, you're a product of your environment. I understand, but the job of every parent or uncle or grandfather, whoever, is to want better for your kids, to show them a better way. When you sit there and just show that you're immature, you never learn nothing, and in your 40s, 50s, 60s on YouTube acting like an idiot, man, I gotta say that, oh yeah, it's another one. Good point, Sessa. And all these so-called tough guys on here, they call the cops right away. They talk all that tough stuff. Come meet me, I'll fight you, do this, do that. And as soon as you say something, it's 911 on speed dial. And I'm sure it's the same thing with these guys fighting at the game. As soon as they get jammed up, they're going to say, "Oh, it wasn't me, it was him." Point the finger. Accountability is something that I think a lot of people can't accept. And, you have to do that in life, man. If you're part of the problem or part of the solution, you have to accept your part of what you did. If you partake in negativity, then that's what you deserve in your life. If you're trying to be positive and stay away from that, no matter what deal or what God has handed you in your life, look what Jesus was dealt with. Yeah, people crucify him for what? They didn't even know him because they didn't like the fact that he had a smile and he preached love and peace. It's the same thing with, I'm not going to get political, but, you know, you need to be strong, man, in everything you do, but you need to be respectful. You need to be held accountable. You can't not be somebody who skates through life blaming everybody. That's another thing, man. When you're telling on another dude, because I'm going to say, because people have been asking me, I'm going to say it. If you're in a clique or whatever you do, you're in the street and you get jammed up, and you decide to point the finger at another dude, whether you people agree with that or not, say that's telling or not, you got to look at it this way. How can you trust anybody that's been around somebody their whole life? And then they make excuses for why they told. No, you told because you couldn't do the time. You didn't want to do the time. And that's an easy way out. When kids see that, what do you think a kid's going to say? Oh, I can get in trouble. I just got to tell. And when you tell, man, you don't take accountability for what you do. Like, I've yet to see one of these guys, man, that talk about everybody else. And, it's funny because these informant dudes talk about everybody. I only read because of this. I only did because of that. And that's fine if that's what you believe in. Different strokes, different folks. But tell the truth, man, why it is the way that it is. You have no accountability. You have no respect. And to be honest, the thing that I hate most, if you want to know the truth, why I hate the telling thing so much is because just like these guys, they act like a fool. Now their kids got to go through school and worry about, yo, that's the kid, his dad's the one through the punches. Let's beat him up after school. Just like the informants, they tell and then they leave their family out here, and then their family got to pick up the pieces. And, or if the kids might get hurt. I mean, I've read a lot of stories on that, so I don't have any respect for anybody who condones that shit. That's what you want to do. I'm not going to be around you because I just don't want to have anything to do with that. I like good people, man. People who made mistakes in life that changed and trying to make a difference in the world. Put some positive energy into this thing called society, man. Not every day is, the world's against you. Everybody, no, man. The only body against you is you. The only person that you look in the mirror you should be scared of is you. How could you be scared of another man? For real. Darren, what's up, brother? He's hanging, man. He's not up yet. But we're hanging, brother. We're doing all right. Darren, did you see the basketball game in PA? Real men don't act like that. So that's just the truth, man. But you know what the good thing is, Ann, about this? I mean, look how closer it brought me and Sesson. That's the good thing about this. That's what I look at it. I don't look at all the banter and the bull crap and disrespecting my family. I look at it like I'm blessed to have a friend, a big bro like Ant. That means a lot to me. I don't just say that for people to look and say, "Oh yeah, no, it means a lot." I say it because I mean it. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be anything other than real. So Darren, in Midland, PA, whatever you call it, there was a high school basketball game. The kids got into a little bit words, and then all of a sudden, one parent came from all the way the other side, rushed up to the other dude, and just started beating him down. Well, let me see if I can play it for you. Darren, I'll show you a little bit of it. Hope you're good, Darren, you and your family. Darren's been with me for a long Miss Lance, God bless. Darren's been with me for a long time too. I saw that cutter board that Lee made. That thing's look really good. Check this out, Darren. Look at this, Darren. Hold up.
From here. This is getting ugly and not what you want to see for a high school basketball game.
Aaron, this
But
dude
that's
on the
exactly
ground.
where this brawl took place in the final minutes of a Pennsylvania high
Watch
school
this,
basketball
Darren.
playoff game between Unionville and Meadville. Meadville police say the escalation likely stemming from a foul that caused at least one father to
Look,
throw a
he
ruler
came from all the way the other side.
Not what you want to see. Watch again as the
Look at
fist
big
began to
dog.
fly. This child being carried away from the melee as
Look
things
at
quickly
this. There's an infant right there. Yo, all these dudes should never be able to go another game again. Ever.
deteriorate. And now you got players getting into it. Uh-oh.
God forbid and look, now the players are getting involved. Well, God forbid if a kid would have got hurt, man.
Uh-oh. This is getting really bad. The chaos ending with two men being escorted in handcuffs and the game coming to an abrupt end with 3:12 left to go on
This
the clock.
guy came from all the way
No
over here,
charges have
Darren.
been
I went over
filed.
there.
I mean, there's no excuse for this. Today, the
No,
Pennsylvania
I'm pissed. Especially I didn't know that kid was there, man. That pisses me off. I didn't see that in the first one. Look, all I'm saying as a youth coach, I've been in many situations like that. De-escalation, man. Soon as I would see something pop, I'd go over and talk to the kids and defuse it. That's the number one thing to do. The two people where it starts, you pull them aside. And then you talk. You get two coaches. His coach, my coach. Yeah, I know, Darren. That's the crazy shit. Yeah, Miss Lance, it's crazy. It's just crazy the way these dudes are just fighting and acting a fool at schools. They don't have any respect, man. I don't know what the problem is. I really don't. All I know is that I don't know what's been going on in the last couple of weeks, but the channel's doing good. As far as like people being negative towards me and what I'm trying to do here. I don't worry about that. God's the only one that can stop me. Nobody else, man. Unless a power outage. But another thing in life, man, we just strive to do what we can do, man. I'm trying to put a positive footprint on this thing called this world. And no matter what I ever done in my past that was wrong, yeah, I understand and I changed my life, man, just like the most of you. And that's what I respect. I don't respect the people who get to tell on people, who get to act a fool and get away with stuff and no accountability because that's what kids are learning. You can just do and say whatever you want and you don't have to be held accountable. That's not something I'll ever partake in, man. I just don't like that. I think if you're not part of the solution, you're definitely part of the problem. Like the show I did the other day. I don't expect everybody to watch this and say, yeah, man, there he is. God bless, brother. He's hanging, man. He's not up yet. God bless, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. No, Darren, you know how it is, man. People, because Darren, last week I was at 2,300 subs 10 days ago. Now I'm at, 40 away from 3,000. My shorts are getting some good traction. Maybe people are watching the channel, but I don't take any of that for granted. People just talk a lot, man. To me, that's what I'm saying. I'm still here because it doesn't affect me. Why can another man affect my life, man? I don't give a freak who you are. A gangster, a biker, a street guy, a politician. Nobody but God has any effect on my life, man. Nobody can make me do or say anything. But serving the Lord can make me say certain things, stop myself from saying things. And listen, I profess my faith up here all the time. I love Jesus Christ, man. That's how many people get shot and live. I'm not talking tough. I'm just saying that I understand that message in 2003, and a lot of it is from when you live your life wrong, man. You're always up against negativity, and these kids right here, and the parents who are never held accountable, these kids are going to grow up doing the same crap. What do you think these kids are going to do when they get older? If they drop out of sports, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're hanging out, trying to be tough guys. They're going to do the same shit. Who's going to be held accountable then? The Blue Oyster Bar. That's where I met Hardwire. I was stuck outside. He got me in. Hey, that was the shit at Police Academy, man. That was really good. But I'm not on here long, fellas. It's a half hour. I got a lot of stuff to do. I might be back tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to be covering that Daytona stuff. It's hard, though, because every time in the news, there's a new news cycle, man. But today, the message is this. If you're into youth sports, no matter whether you're coaching, if you're just a spectator, you got to hold yourself different, man. You got to maintain your composure. Don't get into fights. Walk away. Don't engage, man. It doesn't make you a punk. There was an infant right there you guys just saw. What if that baby would have got hit? They didn't care. Then it would have been a whole different case. It would have been a whole different scenario, and there'd be some charges, right? It's crazy to me, man. But I hope you guys, respect this thing called life. I hope you know that today's a beautiful day. If you got a Harley, get out and get on it. If you don't, get outside and go breathe the fresh air. Go down to a stream. Go listen to the birds chirping. There's so many things you could do to put yourself in a positive mood. And some people eat. Some people listen to music. Listen, whatever your what's the name is, whatever your vice is or whatever you like to do, that's your business, man. Just don't push an agenda on somebody else because that's not for everybody. Hit that like button if you want, man. I got to get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. I believe so, unless something else does it different. But man, go check out some of my shorts, man. I've got some good ones up there. Go, hit some like buttons. I wish all you the best day, man. I hope you guys get out and don't have to have a day where you're all sitting here like, damn, man, I can't believe it's today. Can't wait till this day's over. What are you doing, bro? Get out of there. What are you eating? What? This cat's tripping. But have a great day, man. Stay blessed, not stressed. Let God handle the rest. I respect all you guys for coming by here. Get out of there, man. What are you trying to eat? Get out. Just trying to get out the window. I really appreciate all you guys who support me, man. It means a lot. Have a great day, man. Darren, Tiffany, Hardwire, Sessa, rehabilitated behavior, Chicky, all you guys, man. I'd rather have few than a lot. At least we know who's here. God bless everybody, man. Man, respect. Be safe out there, man. If it's usually too good to be true,